Hello, everybody. Welcome along. It is watch a long time. I don't know quite what day it is, but it's just about Christmas, somewhere in between Christmas and New Year. It's Monday, the 29th of December. My iPad is telling me, and it is Coventry versus Ipswich, and it is round 24 in the EFL Championship. About to kick off. We've got a full round of games. Basically, all 24 teams are going to be playing within the next 3-4 hours, starting with Ipswich and Coventry in the 6 p.m. kickoff. Then we have 10 7:45 kickoffs. Then we have at 8:15 a second TV game, Birmingham versus Southampton as well. So plenty going on. We'll go through the run of games, etc., etc. But let's start this, as we always do, with a like spike. I would love 50 likes before this game kicks off. So get involved if you are watching on Facebook, on YouTube, or on Twitter. Hit the thumbs up button, whatever your screen looks like. You've got 11 seconds to do it. Here we go. Thank you, you wonderful, wonderful people. Thank you, as ever, for the fabulous support of this here channel. And remember, you can support the channel in any number of ways. Simply interacting in the comments and the live chat is a massive help. We'll say hellos to everybody in there in just a jiffy. You can donate, and we do have a super chat target tonight. So if you do want to donate, we've got a 5 super chat target. We've got some super shout outs for any super chatters tonight. Remember, it's absolutely free to watch this, but it does really help. And somebody else who really helps are the wonderful people at Betfred, who sponsor or partner up with us for these watch-alongs in kind of conjunction with my appearances on the Sportsman Untitled podcast, which was out today, one we recorded before Christmas, but that one has aired today. So do me a favour, go and subscribe to the Sportsman Untitled on YouTube. Right, let's do the run of games, then we'll do some hellos. Make sure you're saying hi and whatnot in the comments, and I'll say hello to everybody. So yeah, Cov Ipswich obviously is our main game, 6 p.m. Then Leicester Derby, Borough Hull, Millwall Bristol City, Norwich Watford, Oxford Swansea, Pompey Charlton, Wednesday Blackburn, Stoke Sheffield United, West Brom QPR, and Wrexham Preston at 7:45. Birmingham Saints is also on TV tonight as well. I think everything might be on the red button, but as always, I just go with the main TV game. Right, let's say some hellos, and then we will get we'll get involved. But let's say a big thank you to Kelly. Look at that. Happy Christmas, Kelly, you wonderful woman. 10 Benjamin Bloom memberships gifted. Wonderful. Thank you so much. And we've got a super chat as well. That's our first one of the night from Steve, who's gone early with his prediction. Remember that one from Steve, because we'll get into predictions we do the team news first, and then we'll get into predictions. But huge thank you to Kelly and to Steve. Wonderful support. Who are we saying hi to? There she is again, the wonderful Kelly there. Happy to see you too. Who are we saying hello to? Dylan, welcome. Polska, away to Borough. Hull fan. Tricky one. Luke, welcome to you. Ben, welcome. On the dog walk, well done getting reception. Even more well done, Annie. Well done getting it from Spain. Dodgy Wi-Fi. No, you don't need it. NordVPN in the hot takes video tomorrow. Get your discount over there. Mark, welcome to you. People just said hello to Luke and Rich and Dave and Alan. Why am I not covering the Ipswich game? I'm definitely doing it tonight. Formerly known Prince Andrew. We'll have to mention Prince Andrew without getting cancelled. Adam, welcome to you. Jake, producer Jake, there he is. Hero. Jess, welcome. Ashley, score predictions coming. Benjamin James, I love your channel. You're very, very kind. Dom, welcome to you. We've got some predictions. I'll leave the predictions because they are coming. I want to do a couple more hellos to Simon in there. And Ben, legend, $4.99 on the Super Chat. Happy New Year all. Wonderful, wonderful. I think there were some gifts as well in there. Steve went with some memberships as well. Some wonderful kindness going on in the chat. It's the most wonderful time of the year. Right, let's do team news and then we'll do predictions. Hold off on your predictions just yet. Let's do team news. Couple of absences down that Ipswich left-hand side that you'll be very interested in hearing. Here are your team lineups. Normal deal here. Let me know who you're looking forward to seeing and playing and who you think match winners are. Let's go. Right, we're getting into predictions in just a minute. Let's do team news. Coventry, Carl Rushworth in goal. Milan Van Evik and one, Luke Wolfenden starts at centre-half. If he scores, I suspect he will be celebrating too, as Mystic Meg used to say. Kitching, so that without Bobby, Thomas Kitching is his partner. They are weak at left-back Coventry. They're going with Miguel Angel Brow, but they're not very weak in this front sort of six, which I'm about to talk about. Grimes, Torp, Sakamoto, Mason Clark, Rudoni, and Wright. It's excellent. Really, really strong Coventry, and that's why they are top of the league and well clear. On the bench for the Sky Blues, Wilson, Perry, Bidwell, Latabodier, Kessler Hayden, Allen, Eccles, Andrews, and Sims. So still some key players out. De Silva obviously would be playing left back. He got straight red, didn't he? Where did he get straight red? I can't remember. Southampton, somewhere just before half time. Thomas, he'd be in the team, wouldn't he? Dovin, we'll never know because they've literally signed someone to replace him. Thomas Asante will probably be in the team as well. So they're missing a few decent players. Coventry, get your thoughts in there. For Ipswich, Walton in goal. Furlong, O'Shea, Kipre. No. Leif Davis. Eek. Jacob Greaves is going to play at left back by the look of it. And Jacob Greaves, fine player, but Leif Davis is obviously very good. And Coventry with Van Evik and Sakamoto, very good down that side. Matasiwa and Taylor start in central midfield against Grimes and Torp. Egerly, Nunez, no Philogene either, but Jack Clark in there too. And Ivan Azon up top for Ipswich, where it would otherwise be George Hurst. So Ipswich, I mean, they're not anywhere near their potential like Coventry are in terms of the way that they're playing. And in terms of those first 11s, you would have Davis, Philogene and Hurst probably in, whereas Coventry are pretty happy with theirs, I'd imagine, other than they prefer De Silva in at left back. There we go. Right, shall we do some predictions, you lot? I should do the Ipswich bench, shouldn't I? Palmer, Young, Johnson, Humphreys, Caust, Akpom, Philogene, McAteer, Burns. One thing Ipswich have over Coventry this season, they don't have much, is they got way more money and they got year one parachute payment. And if this goes to the benches, that does favour Ipswich. Of course, there's more strength on Ipswich's bench than probably most other benches in the division. Right, let's do predictions. Before you give me your predictions, let me just tell you, as we always do, what has been said on the community tab on the Benjamin Bloom football channel. And we had, how many people vote? 1.3k votes, so 1,300 of you voted, and only 17% think Ipswich win this one tonight. 23% think this is a draw. Landslide. 59% rounding error as normal with the percentages in YouTube polls. 59% think Coventry are going to win this. Right, predictions, go. Now, in the comments, you don't have to be funny. You don't have to be clever. Just write your prediction. We'll read them all together. Keep predictions in right now. Players walking out of the tunnels. Right, I want to read all of your predictions out, so keep them coming. God, there's loads. Hang on. We've got more gifts. Did Kelly do another 10 memberships? Wow, thank you so much, Kelly. Sorry, I was waffling away. Right, where's the predictions? Right, here we go. 3-2, goals. 2-0, 3-3, 1-1, 2-1, 1-1, 2-0, 2-0, 3-1, 0-0, 3-1, 2-1, 3-1 Cov, 1-0 Cov, 1-0 Cov, 2-1 Ipswich last minute winner. I'll take it. Desmond, 2-1 Cov, 2-1 Cov, 3-2 Cov. We did, Jake. 5-4, that'll do the numbers, won't it, hey? 3-2 Ipswich, 4-2. Well, everyone's got both teams to score, which would be lovely, wouldn't it? Right, I'm going to do a massive click through. My apologies. Here I go. Bang, 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 bang. 2-1. Nil, effing nil, absolutely. 1-0. Someone's got to cover it. 2-1 Cov. Unfortunately, thank you everybody for your predictions. What did I go for? I think me and Sam both on the prediction show went for Coventry. Yeah, I went 1-0 Coventry. Sam went 2-1 Coventry. So it's one of those, isn't it? There's a massive gap in the league table, 13 points. Really, Ipswich shouldn't be catching Coventry between now and round 46. I know you always get the boring, reductive, there's a long way to go. But Coventry are excellent and they have a 13-point advantage regardless of what happens tonight over 23 games. That should be enough whether Ipswich win tonight or not. What I will say is if it goes to 16 points, that feels pretty impregnable. Coventry would then have 54. And, you know, that type of advantage, you really feel Coventry should be coasting in the second half of the season. It would take quite the collapse. So I think what I'm saying is it's a bit of a no-lose one, this, isn't it, for Coventry? And honestly, if the game were drawn and Coventry ticked off both games against Ipswich and had a 13-point lead over them, would they be that unhappy? If Ipswich drew this game and had taken 4 points off Coventry this season, would they be that unhappy? I'm not entirely sure that they would. So, yeah. Let's have a look. It's Coventry versus Ipswich tonight. Players just in the huddles. They're doing the enemy song before the game. Always a good noise in there. Steve, thank you so much. Another 10 memberships gifted. Very, very kind of you indeed. Thank you very much, Steve. Have we got the super chat target? We're very nearly there. Shock prediction. Wrexham beat Preston 3-1 tonight. Well, will they start with the 3 up top? We are off and running in Coventry versus Ipswich. Third. Ipswich away at first place. Coventry. Here we go. Remember, this game went Ipswich's way, and it's one of those quick double headers, essentially, where this round flips over from early December. And we're playing, again, all of the same games. Eggerly slides to try and keep that in. Cleared away by Furlong. And what you will get tonight is all the Coventry fans, anytime any Ipswich player does anything after the whistle has gone, are going to be appealing for yellow cards after the George Hurst incident in the first game. That said, Furlong, the referee did that, said it was only a millisecond after the whistle has gone. Let me just run you the teams really quickly and we'll try and get involved in this. Rushworth, Van Evik, Brow, Kitching, Wolfenden, Grimes, Torp, Mason Clark, Sakamoto, Rudoni and Wright. For Cov, for Ipswich, Welton, Furlong, Greaves, O'Shea, Kipray, Matasiwa, Taylor, Eggerly, Clark, Nunez, Azon. And Matasiwa has it midfield, knocks it out to Furlong. Slides it down the line, Eggerly. Heavy touch by him. Brown nicks it off him. Taylor wins it back in central midfield. Ipswich in control of the ball in this first 2 minutes. Doesn't really matter against Coventry. They make chances from everywhere, especially those long throw-ins from Van Evik. Furlong with the throw. In it goes. Headed away. Azon heads it down and as it's smacked into his face by his own teammate. All a bit frantic. No one putting two passes together. Hadji Wright comes short and grabs the ball. Nice turn. Wright coming down the left wing. Step over. Mason Clark. Throw in Ipswich. And here comes the first one of the game. Milan Van Evik. Kieran McKenna really unhappy with these. Pretty much 30 to 45 seconds gets killed every time Coventry have a long throw in. And it really puts pressure on the defenders. Wolfenden making a nuisance of himself and standing right in front of Christian Welton. He's been marked by Azon, who's tiny. And yeah, this one's going to be more like 60 seconds killed by the long throw. And it's taken forever already. Wolfenden still jockeying for position. In comes the long throw. Double hand punch from Welton. Kipray heads out the second ball. Ipswich survive. The first of, no doubt, many long throw-ins from Milan Van Evik. They've scored loads of goals from them this season as well. Wright bumps in to Darnell Furlong. Free kick, Ipswich. As we come up 4 minutes. Ipswich having the better of the in-play stuff, but Coventry with the set play. The kind of first entrance into the penalty box. We've stopped again. Here we go. A man after my own heart. Time limits for throw-ins. I'm voting for them. Yeah. It does seem very, very strange that you can literally just stop the game for 45 seconds to take a throw-in with no punishment whatsoever. Or and adding the time on, I don't know, because the pressure's on the team defending the throw-in. So, yeah, you would think somewhere down the line some kind of time limit for throw-ins would be needed, wouldn't you? I've been saying for years and years that we will eventually go to a real-time stop clock, and when the ball goes out of play, the clock stops, and we'll have probably 30-minute halves, and we'll actually get 60 minutes of play. But even in that instance, you shouldn't be allowed to just slowly set up your throw-in while everybody waits. The clock is ticking. But hey, teams have been doing it for years, haven't they? A little knock down the line. Azon tries to pop the cross in, blocked out, and it's a corner to Ipswich. Going to be from the right-hand side. Remember, Leif Davis not in the... Well, I say not in the 11. Not even travelled Leif Davis, apparently sick. So he's not going to be taking this corner. Eggerly is going to take it, left-footed. Floaty back post. Easy catch for Carl Rushworth. And a good throw by the Cov keeper out to Sakamoto. Little slide down the line looking for Rudoni. Foot in there by Furlong, who's done a good job tracking there. Ended up in the left back position. And here we go again. Game stops. Van Evik grabs the ball. And up come Wolfenden and Kitching. And we're going to have another long throw in, number 2 from Coventry. In it comes, flat one, headed out by Greaves. That is one thing with Greaves over Leif Davis. When you're going to be defending so many long throw-ins into your box, I suppose having a spare centre-back there isn't the worst thing possible. Ball just hits the ref. Coventry players arguing they should have possession. What happened? Eggerly... Yeah, I don't know why they're arguing. Eggerly hit it and it bashes off the ref. Maybe they're arguing the ball was going straight to a Coventry player. I don't know. Rushworth, such a good keeper. Yeah, very good. Been a great signing for Cov. And they've just had everything on point this season, and Rushworth's been a big part of that. Greaves doing a Leif Davis little tilt down the left wing. Not quite Leaf style. Coventry clear their lines. Mason Clark there. If he controlled that, he would have been in a foot race there with Darnell Furlong. You'd really fancy Mason Clark 1v1 against Furlong. He's excellent, Mason Clark, isn't he? Couldn't quite get it under. O'Shea knocks it back to Walton. Walton to Taylor, to O'Shea. Heavy touch. Coventry pressing in. Torp getting really high, trying to wave the rest of the Coventry players forward. And if Coventry aren't going to score from a long throw-in today, they can very much score with their good pressing against an Ipswich side not quite as good at popping it around at the back as the one with Coventry centre-back Luke Wolfenden in a couple of years ago. Wayne, how's your family? Hope you had a good Christmas. Well, thank you very, very much, Wayne. And I very much did. Have you eaten all the Christmas food now? No, I haven't. There's still another layer of a tin of biscuits. Do you know what? We're having a Chinese tomorrow night as well. I think I'm about 4 or 5 pounds up. I'll lose it in January. It's my story and I'm sticking to it. Nice reverse ball there. Heavy touch by Azon, who I must confess, don't want to dig out individual players ever, has looked better as a substitute than he has a starter. Kipray. Greaves. Not a bad cross by Greaves at all. Headed goalwards by Azon. And that wasn't bad. You would have rather that was Leif Davis combining with George Hurst. But Jacob Greaves and Ivan Azon. It's the first shot on target. It's a really easy catch for Rushworth. 2 tins of shortbread and a quality street left here. Happy days. Get it down, you Dave. Get it down, ya. Come on, son. Ben, any upcoming vlogs for the New Year's? No plans to be going anywhere. I must admit, the way the channel's gone and the way my life has gone, we're very much watch-alongs and reviews and previews from this end rather than being at games. I'll be back at games at some point, but just with Enid the age she is, and with musical commitments at the weekend, tend not to be able to do that. As on, goes 1v1 with Wolfenden there. Wolfenden wins that battle. Knocked out of play. 10 gone. Just those couple of long throw-ins from Coventry. Are Ipswich going to hurl one in themselves here? No. Short one to Taylor from Greaves. Thought he might lob that one in Van Evik style. Matasiwa hits the shot, blocked by Wolfenden. Taylor, little feed. Jack Clark inside the box. Clark, oh, brilliant cross by Clark outside of the right foot. No backlift, headed clear. Real quality bit of play there by Jack Clark improvising. Kipray. Greaves, little hook down the line. Kipray, that's gone out, hasn't it? Wow. I thought it went out. Victor Torp thought it went out. Cedric Kipray kept going, and Ipswich have won a corner. Be interested to see a replay of that. Obviously, I've got one view from the hard cam, which is miles away, but it looked like it went out. Jack Clark's going to pop this corner in right-footed. Players crowding the 6-yard box. Clark puts it in. Headed out. And Taylor arriving on the half volley. Shanks it. Behind the goal. Ipswich actually the better side in the first 12 minutes. But we all know what Coventry have been like this season. They've played in flurries, haven't they? And been able to wipe games and teams out in 5, 10, 15-minute spells. Scoring 2s and 3s in those periods. So they are not a team to be taken lightly at all, which is why they are miles clear at the top of the league. Cov. Greaves' big header. Wolfenden brings it down. Foul on Grimes by Nunes, who's been very quiet, hasn't he? Marcelino Nunes. It's the first time we mentioned him, I think, playing in the 10. Hasn't managed to get on the ball yet in that area with Matt Grimes. It's difficult. Grimes does normally dominate that particular part of the pitch, doesn't he? There's a big one in the channel. Furlong against... who was that went head-to-head with him in the air there? Broward got forward really well. And the ball's been cleared. And it's back with Rushworth. Furlong comes forward, draws the foul off Hadji Wright. Ben, your thoughts on why the parachute payment teams have struggled this season, apart from Ipswich Town? Well, Ipswich aren't that good in terms of the eye test. The league table hasn't been in a very good position and got a strong squad, but nowhere near as much flow as Coventry have had for sure. Ball switched out to Clark. He's going to keep that in. I think Nunes hit the deck after the ball had gone. We play on. I'll give my answers to that question probably in a second. Matasiwa tries a low feed. And we have another player down injured. Azon looks like he might have pulled something. He's really gone down hard there. Clark is continued into the box with Azon down. Azon pops up now. That's going to enrage a few because he went down. He's still holding his leg. Nunes hits the shot. He did look hurt, to be fair, Azon. Now, if he tweaks something, Kipre, strange old passage of play with Ipswich players falling down twice during it. O'Shea, Kipre. Ipswich looking decent. Not really made a decent chance though. As on header straight at the keeper. All she wrote. And it's going to be a throw in for Ipswich. Down the right. Oh, sorry. It was actually Azon. He went down twice in the same move. Thought it might be Nunes first, but evidently not. Greaves heads down. Clark tries to get it. Sakamoto clears. Ben, this season feels like a real outlier. Such an opportunity for the betting on parachute teams. Got to believe it'll be a lot harder next season. Yeah, maybe people are just getting wiser, and the standard of coaching or whatever is getting better in the championship, and it isn't just the walkover that it's been for the teams with the parachute payments. Typical it would happen in the year where my team's actually got it. But hey, you know me, I'm all for an even playing field and the most kind of competitive financial landscape we can get. Just remember, one outlier season doesn't solve what I think most consider a big problem with distribution of funds, TV money in English football. That's the system we've got. And Coventry are doing a fine job of bucking it this season, as Ipswich did in 23-24. But as Coventry fans will find out, the second you get promoted into the Premier League, you're the bad guys already. And if you do come down, nobody likes you when you got those parachute payments. But hey, that's the prize you're playing for. Oof, that might be a yellow card. Kitching right on halfway. Yeah, through the back of his man. Jack Clark proper took him out there. Agree with the ref on that one. Bang. Oh, not good tackle that. Old school reducer that one. Right through the back of Clark. Late to the ball. In aggressively. Nailed on. Yellow card. In my humble opinion. Always subjective, isn't it? I forget what it was. In the laws of football, there are only two things that aren't subjective. It's whether the ball's on or off the pitch or not, and something else. I don't know. Turned over, as on. Coming down the right wing versus Brow. Matasiwa. Kipre. Clark. Taylor. Kipre. Ipswich popping it about 74% possession. Ipswich 0-0. Taylor tries the one round the corner. Rudoni gets a foot in, but Ipswich continue with the ball. What about last season? Luton had parachute payments but got relegated. That, my friend Jeff, is what we call in data an outlier. It doesn't really disprove the rule. Yeah, Luton messed it up right royally, but that doesn't mean you can ignore the entire top three having parachute payments. Although Sunderland got up without them, didn't they? Don't be distracted by the outlier. Taylor. Trying to sort his feet out in the 10. Nunes. Clark. Oh, it's poor. Clark thought that Jacob Greaves was Leif Davis then. Knocked it ahead of him. The run was not forthcoming. Goal kick, Coventry. Ipswich the better side so far. Yeah, there's an argument there, Ben, about Luton Stadium. They still shouldn't have got relegated, should they? And spent 7 or 8, 10 million in January alone, didn't they? But as I always say, oh, here comes Mason Clark. Oh, Mason Clark puts the cross in. I think people struggle to understand sometimes is that an advantage is the start of a conversation. If you give me the fastest car in Formula One, I should win. I might not. Here comes a long throw-in. Sunderland promoted without parachute payments. Also got to League One with them. Yeah, there you go. So they're only the start of a conversation. Everybody grab your pillow. Van Evik's winding up a long throw. Right, here we go. Oh, God. WWE stuff in the box and more of the game just wasted while we wait for these long throws to be taken. Furlong and Wright going at it. Van Evik lines up the throw. And it comes. Oh, they've won the flick this time, Coventry. Rodoni wins the second ball. Mason Clark looked like he came from an offside position there. Flag doesn't go up, but the ball ran through from Walton and Ipswich clear. Clark. I think it switched the play here. There's a nice scene here developing for Ipswich on the break. They've got it out to Egerly, who beats Sakamoto. Not a great cross, but it's going to fall for Jack Clark, who absolutely leathered that when he probably didn't need to. The best chance of the game, that. And I wonder whether Jack Clark could have just side-footed that in the corner. He sticks his foot through it. He doesn't miss by much. Is that just a side foot into the corner, though? No, it's not. Oh, it misses by a whisker. To be fair to Clark, he has to hit it hard because he has to hit it early. Coventry players charging him down. Best chance of the game. Mason Clark. And it goes low, which is clear their lines. Jack Clark. Here comes Greaves. Feeds to Azon, who's powering forward towards the box now. Azon onto his right foot, curls it. Easy save for Rushworth. Shot count is popping up fairly comfortably for Ipswich now. The score remains 0-0. Azon maybe not completely high on confidence there. As he went through, you can see he's looking for the pass, isn't he? Victor Torp is down for Coventry. And let's be honest, all teams do it. But when you see a player sit down midway through the first half, we all make a certain assumption about whether they're hurt or not. Mason Clark, that chance came off his shoulder from the long throw. Here's the shot from Jack Clark. Oh, whisker away. And also, if that even shaves Wolfenden on the way through, it deflects into the goal, doesn't it? Well, let's hope Torp is not hurt, and let's hope this is one of those strategic injury breaks that lots of sides take. We are literally exactly halfway through the first half at the point he sat down. Yeah, Torp's fine. I mean, there should be a fair amount of stoppage time at half time with the long throws and the couple of stoppages we had, but Yeah. Ball in play versus 45 minutes is often utterly, utterly nowhere near, is it? Shame my feed is about a minute behind you, Ben. Yeah, you ought to get that seen to, mate. You can pause me, but the chat will keep going. There's one in the channel for Azon, who kind of thought about going and then stopped and then went again. Nowhere near getting it, though. Torp back into the game. 25:45 on the clock. Coventry 0, Ipswich 0. Ipswich the better side in the first quarter. Jack Clark coming closest. Coventry with all the long throws, putting some pressure on Ipswich. But in game, Ipswich have controlled the majority. But Coventry are a winning machine. And here comes Mason Clark. Tackles himself there. Nunes, Matasiwa. O'Shea, Kipray, back to Walton. Walton goes long. Azon hits the deck. Is tangling with Wolfenden. Nothing given. It's a foul by Furlong on Mason Clark. Jack Taylor's arguing that, and so is Furlong, that Azon got fouled in the previous phase. We haven't seen a replay of that, so I'm not going to comment on it. It did look like Furlong fouled Mason Clark, though, to be fair. Free kick, Coventry. Which Grimes is going to take. Ipswich is going to play chicken with the high line here. O'Shea's really trying to get the line extremely high, actually. So have a good look. See who's on and off. There's two players off when it goes in. But remember, if they don't touch it first, then the phase resets. Ball into the back stick. And Greaves hits the deck. I think Wolfenden pulled him down. Probably a bit of spice in that one. When you could argue Greaves essentially replaced Wolfenden in the Ipswich squad. Wolfenden will argue who's higher in the league. Kipray. Greaves. Back to Kipray. O'Shea. Back to Walton. Kipray. Walton. Ipswich 71% possession. And we are at nearly the half-hour mark. Which tells us Ipswich should definitely have more of the ball. But they haven't stuck it in the net, have they? Sakamoto tries to pop the cross in. Nunes balloons it up in the air. Sakamoto jumps into him and then fouls him. Nunes played that well. Free kick. Yeah, to be fair, Azon has a point on that head-to-head there with Wolfenden, doesn't he? In another universe, he does get a foul for that. Eggerly tries to turn it around the corner. Nunes picks it up. Azon hits the deck. Coventry win it back. Mason Clark. Coventry throw. Little bit bitty. Coventry still trying to get a foothold other than the set plays and the long throws in the game. Brow throws it in. Bounces off Furlong. Another throw in for Coventry. Brow gets it back. Eggley closes him down. Look like a foul. Is it a throw in or a foul? It's a throw in. It's going to be one or the other. Grimes. Back it goes to Kitching and to Rushworth, and Ipswich can push up the pitch a little bit. Ball just got stuck on the halfway line there for a minute or so. Kitching drives forward. Brow high and wide, the fullback, drags Eggley back with him. Grimes. Ooh. Well, that's a rarity. Unforced error by Matt Grimes. Across the season, you can probably count them on one or two hands, can't you? Very, very reliable player. Throw in. Ipswich. Furlong to Kipray. To Greaves. Walton's got it. Just stands completely still. Darnell Furlong applauded him. Not entirely sure why. For taking the sting out of the game. I mean, they've given the ball straight back to Coventry, so sting returned. Van Evik has the ball in his hands. Throws it in short this time. Hits the deck. No foul there. Matasiwa trying to get past Grimes. Strong from Grimes wins the free kick. Grimes spots the ball. Just on halfway. Ipswich trying to squeeze up. You can see the attempt to get the pressing going. And it's worked, to be fair, because Coventry have to play back into Rushworth. And Brow powers down the line. Furlong. Torp attempts one of those tackles where he smashes it against Furlong, and Furlong gets out of the way. Don't know if he caught him on his chin. After that, Furlong goes down. Need to see a replay of that. You catch him here, Torp. First tackle looks fairly clean. What happens? I've got no idea. Did you just land funny? Didn't appear to be any impact there. Furlong looks fine. Ipswich throw. On we go. Walton. Coventry obviously been instructed by Frank Lampard and Joe Edwards not to press Walton, but to engage when he plays the ball out. Sakamoto dribbles forward. Ipswich win it back. A few of them tearing forward on the counter now. Clark in off the left. Clark into the box. Oh, nice ball by Clark. Matasiwa can't quite control it. Tried to switch it out to Nunez. Matasiwa hits the shot, and he is very much a defensive midfielder. Rich LUFC. Championship is so dire. I'm used to watching Premiership. I think you mean Premier League. Hope you never return to this division. Rich, you also put that... I'm trying to remember. It's been like a laundry list of negative comments. Either of these... Coventry would get decimated in the Premier League. There was what? This looks like a 0-0. So... if it's making you that unhappy, Rich, I love having you as a viewer, but I'd suggest going for a walk, mate. And we'll try and keep the chat positive. Furlong and... Who's gone down? Efron, Mason, Clark. It's a foul by Mason Clark, isn't it? Clearly shoves Furlong in the back. Then goes down, claiming a high foot from Kipre. Furlong's just messing with his shin pad there. He's still not quite right from that sort of double tangle with Brow and Torp over on the touchline. Walton. Clark, lovely switch of play. Greaves trying to bring it down. He's kind of got it down after a fashion. Egley. Nunez. Furlong. Mad to see. Well, Coventry back in shape. Nunez. Furlong. Goes down under duress from Mason Clark. Nunez goes down now. Ref's having none of it. And the ball goes out of play. Getting a little bit spiky. Thank you for all your super chats so far. Steve and Ben. And Steve. And I missed one. Sorry. Put that one on the screen there at Gaffer. My bad. Sorry. When did that come through? 8 minutes ago. I'm so sorry. I think that's hit our target as well. Top picks for January signings. We will do plenty of transfer videos during January. I would point you towards the Sportsman Untitled podcast with the fine people at Betfred, where myself and Simon Lillybury, Conor McGilligan and Callum Fowler went through all of that good stuff. But really, really appreciate the super chat. Is that the fifth one? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yes. Right. We need no more super chats and we thank you greatly. There you go, Rich. Go on, son. You got it. Muchly appreciated. Clark driving forward. He's looked Ipswich's most dangerous player and the one that's come closest. Clark. Oh, nice feed. Nunez. Egley. Overlap from Furlong. Furlong pops the cross in. Diving header by Greaves. Straight at the keeper. And for all Ipswich's kind of control of this game, if you're Rushworth in goal for Coventry, other than the Jack Clark shot, you probably haven't been that worried about the ball flying into your net, have you? Throw in for Ipswich down the right, which Furlong will take. Great support today, by the way. I can see lots of you watching live here on YouTube. If you can hit that thumbs up button, helps me out massively. Free kick, Ipswich. O'Shea is going to take it. I'm not sure he knows what he's going to do with it, though. There's no obvious pass on. He's going to have to clip it into the front, is he? And he just waits, and Taylor comes short, takes it off him. And O'Shea knocks it back in. Torp is obviously the pressing trigger for Coventry, isn't he? What score prediction do I have for this game? I think I had 1-0 Coventry. Sam Parkin had 2-1 Coventry. So we both backed the home side, although Ipswich do look the better side. Here comes Clark. Clark into the box. Clark knocks it back. Big chance! And it's hit the frame of the goal. Greaves comes in. Blocked out is still live. Azon's in there. Oh, I think that might be a very good save by Rushworth. Jack Taylor hit the shot. It hit the frame of the goal. Rushworth's down. Ipswich unlucky not to go in front there. Oh, it's a great save, isn't it? Taylor doesn't do a lot wrong with the shot. Strong hand on it from Rushworth. Hits the crossbar. Looks more spectacular than if he tipped it round the post. Always does when you tip it onto the bar, doesn't it? However you slice it, that's a great save by Rushworth. Azon bumped into him afterwards. And there is the great Steve Grizovic, who was an incredible keeper for Coventry, wasn't he? He'd have been pleased with that one. Corner, Ipswich, who I think we can say it now, Ipswich really should be in front, shouldn't they? With that chance now and the Clark chance. Right, here comes the corner. Rushworth up and ready. Clark pops it in right-footed. Not bad delivery, that, actually. Furlong had like a 50p on the near post. Miles over. And he's come up trumps for Coventry quite a lot this season, hasn't he, Rushworth? He's done his team a solid there with that save. Two similar chances for Ipswich. Those shots, I don't know, 10, 12 yards out, both of them. One of them going in the corner there from Taylor. Well saved by Rushworth. Clark's one just flashed wide of the post. Van Eyck tries to bring that down. It's a throw-in to Ipswich. Yeah, someone saying in the chat there, 11 shots to 1 in the first half. So Ipswich, statistically, in the in-game stats, having the better of it. The score remains 0-0. There's another shot by Jack Taylor over the crossbar. Jack Taylor's had many shots in his football career. That was one of them. It will soon be forgotten. Levi. League One. I think we did a double header asking for League One predictions there in the chat. So it will be in the previous video with Matt SB. And I think we're going to do another load tomorrow, possibly. But I don't know what day it is, and I don't know what I'm doing. Although I do know I'm having a Chinese. And I think I'm hosting Blue Monday in the evening. Other than that, no idea. Foul on Kipray. Ipswich free kick. Kipray's holding his back. Hadji Wright's trying to comfort him. Ooh, ouch. Yeah, I think Van Eyck, was it knee in the back there? Not the greatest tackle you'll ever see that, is it? Van Eyck making the apology now. We're coming up half time. In theory, there should be about 15 minutes stoppage time in this half. There won't be. Walton goes long with the free kick. Greaves heads it on. It's going to go straight through to Carl Rushworth, the hero of the hour of the last 5 minutes. There you go, 3 minutes stoppage time. Let's not go into real-time stop clocks and football matches actually lasting what they should, but ho-hum. Rushworth takes the kick long. 30 seconds of the 3 minute stoppage time played. Like a bit of a shove in the back there by O'Shea. Gets away with it. Headed away by Kitching. Knocked forward. Furlong is down again. That tangle battle with Mason Clark. Mason Clark's wagging his finger. Nunes is laughing. He's always smiling, Nunes. Oh, actually, Mason Clark's got away with one there. Throws Furlong to the ground. Should be booked for that, Mason Clark, shouldn't he? Off the ball there. He's saying, don't watch me, watch him. So I think Mason Clark's saying, I only threw him onto the ground because he fouled me first. But we always know it's never the first one to foul that gets caught. It's the one who gets caught that gets caught, if you know what I mean. Frank needs to throw a few teacups round at half time. Well, there you go. Football Manager still do that? And does it work? We got 50 seconds of minimum stoppage time to go. We should have another minute, really, shouldn't we? Rushworth goes long. Out for a throw-in to Ipswich. Which Furlong will take. This should be the last phase of play of the half. Up in the air from Egley. Taylor, good climb. Hoiked forward. Kipre keeps his eye on that. Sakamoto tries to return it. Greaves hoofs it down the line. And right on cue, the halftime whistle goes. And Coventry will likely be quite pleased to see half-time there. Ipswich, the better side in the first half. Coming very close through Jack Clark. Drills the shot in from the edge of the box. Skims by Luke Wolfen and just flies by the post. Really good save by Rushworth. The other big chance in the half. Jack Taylor hits the shot. Looks like it's flying in the corner. Rushworth, good save. Gets his hand down to it. Hits the post. Or the bar. Maybe hits the post and the bar right up the top there. And really, Coventry created very, very little in that. A few long throw-ins. That was about it. Other than that, in play, Ipswich had more of the ball. A little bit spiky at times. Wolfenden and Azon and Furlong and Mason Clark. So if it gets tight and it gets Tetchy, you might see a red card in this game at some point as well. But I suspect Coventry will be quite happy to see half-time. And Ipswich might well be disappointed that they're not leading in the first half there. The stats tell us possession, 68% Ipswich. To be fair on the XG, Ipswich only created 0.69, but could have had a couple of goals, couldn't they? We know that. Only 0.09 from Coventry. They're from Mason Clark. That one that hit his shoulder from one of the long throw-ins. 13 shots to 1 in Ipswich's favour. 4 on target to 1 as well. Coventry only completed 66 passes in the first half. So I suppose if I'm looking at the game, it's hard for me to look at the game completely objectively because I'm an Ipswich fan. So there's always going to be a slight slant on what I say. But surely there can't be that size gulf in the second half. You'd think a combination of Coventry improving, which would then make Ipswich drop off a little bit, would mean it would be closer in the second half. But look, we have seen Coventry. God, I remember doing their game against Sheffield United. They came out like an absolute train in the second half and just blew them away. And that's the thing Coventry have been able to do, particularly at the CBS where they're on a big win streak. Blow teams away. And if not, if a side is going to grind, forget what you've seen in the first half, but just generally speaking, looking at these two teams, if a side is grinding out a win right now at the end of 2025, it's probably Coventry, isn't it? Just the way the season's gone and, they've been right up there punching their weight and Ipswich have probably not quite punched theirs. But if the first half goes pretty similarly to the second half, you'd think Ipswich could win this game. So very, very interestingly poised is all I will say. But at half-time, Coventry 0, Ipswich 0. Thank you for your viewership in the first half. I'm just going to go and grab a drink, maybe a biscuit as well. Sue me, it's Christmas. And I'm going to be back in 5 minutes. Get your questions and whatnot in the comments. And we will return. Go and use the facilities, grab yourself a drink, whatever you need to do. But most importantly, don't go anywhere. We'll see you back in 5 minutes. It is Ipswich. Sorry, I shouldn't say that. It's Ipswich first every time. Coventry 0, Ipswich 0. Back in 5. We're back. Coventry 0, Ipswich 0. Half time. Game 1 of round 24? Round 24, I think. Yeah, round 24. If I say it enough times, it will sound right in my head. In the EFL Championship. Thank you, everybody, for joining here as we crack on into the second half. If you haven't already, we would love you to hit the like button. So let's do a wonderful like spike right now, and we'll see what target we can set for the second half. So wherever you're watching, YouTube, Twitter, Facebook, hit the thumbs up button. You've got 11 seconds. Go. Unbelievable support from you lot. 124 likes. We don't need any more likes. How many likes does one person need? Wonderful. Thank you. Remember, you can support the channel by interacting in the chat. Thumbs up, subscribe. I'm going to say don't donate. And the reason you don't need to donate is because of these gorgeous, wonderful, lovely people whose donations mean, easy for me to say, we've already hit our target. Steve, Ben, Steve again, Gaffer as well. Thank you, Kelly. Gifted 10 Benjamin Bloom memberships. Steve's been on fire as well. Gifted 5 in there. We have some wonderful, wonderful, kind people in the chat. We thank you greatly. But what I need to know, what I really, really need to know is where are you watching? So normal please here. You don't have to be clever or funny or try to indeed. But why don't you tell me in the chat your location? I'd love to know where you are watching from. You have, how many seconds do you have to do this? 20 seconds. We're going to play Where in the World. Just write your location in the chat and I want to give your town, city, country, wherever, a shout out. Away you go. Let's play Where in the World at half time in Coventry 0, Ipswich 0. Right. Let's give a shout out to your towns and whatnot, where you are watching from. Where do I start? Where do I begin? Right, here we go. Right. Vermont, USA, very nice. Norwich. My sister came to visit last night, so she has driven from mine to Norwich today. Tom in Swansea. Minnesota. Yeah, it does get snowy in Minnesota in the winter, doesn't it? Somerset, Kentish Town, New Zealand, South Bend, Indiana, Haverhill in Suffolk. If you're from Suffolk, that's how you say it. Bermuda, actually, Peter, unbelievable. Sacramento Valley, California. Coventry, I think we'll have a few of those, won't we? Canterbury, what's CT? What's CT in American parlance? Rugby, Devon, Cov fan in Queenstown, New Zealand. Lee Ipswich, but of course he's from Bangkok. Adelaide, Needham Market, there you go. Some proper good Suffolk references that I get and nobody else does. Smithfield, Virginia. Kinver, South Staffordshire. Right, is that Cebu or Cebu? Or Kibu or Cebu or whatever. Philippines, Mr. Motti. Baildon. All pronunciation on this channel is said in good faith and doesn't need correcting. Flew in from Galway, Ireland. Oh, very nice. Aberdeenshire. Oh, by God, hi-oh, farm country. Okay. New York. Towcester. I don't know how you pronounce or how you prefer to pronounce that one. Prison. Okay, hope it's warm. Florida. Stuart, Florida. Edinburgh. We're in US in KY. What's KY? Yeah. Cirencester. Romania. Right, let's get through all of these. Brooklyn. Las Cruces, New Mexico. Very nice. Azerbaijan. This seems very worldly, doesn't it? Right, I'm going to get through all of these. Rossendale. Burbage. New England. Walton on the Naze. Now, that's Essex, not Suffolk, isn't it? Lo-fi guy. Connecticut, thank you. Wivenhoe, that's another Essex one. That's probably an Ipswich fan. Woodbridge, that's posh Kieran, isn't it? Nice out there. Swine's Head, Lincolnshire. Very nice, Alex. Toaster, Kentucky was KY. Never going to get that, was I? Towcester, as in toaster. Okay. Very nice. Absolutely humbling and wonderful to be joined by so many people from so many different places. Hello to all of you. And I have to shut up because the second half has begun. And we're supposed to be watching it and talking about it. So why don't we do that? Let me just figure out the clock really quickly. Sorry, I've literally tanked for 30 seconds there, haven't I? Right, hit the button now. Bosh. As Ipswich start where they left off. Coming down the right-hand side, Eggerly sorts his feet out, tries to get the crossover. It's going to be an Ipswich throw over by the corner flag. Let's give a few more shout-outs there in Lowestoft, Jimbo. Lowestoft. Snowed in Minnesota. Someone else was in Minnesota, weren't they? Skillsy. Anthony in Berlin. Rich in Glasgow. It's my terrible attempt at doing a Scottish accent. Right. Long throw in from Ipswich this time. And it comes from Furlong. Coventry win the first contact. Matasiwa picks it up. Clark drifts that one in, looking for O'Shea. Wins it in the air, but it is booted clear by Matt Grimes. It's going to be an Ipswich throw. Over in the technical box. 0-0. Your teams, which have not changed at half-time. Rushworth in goal for Coventry. Great save from Taylor in the first half. Brow, Van Evek, Wolfenden, Kitching. Kitching on a yellow card. Went through the back of Jack Clark in the first half. Grimes, Torp. Mason Clark, Sakamoto. Rudoni and Wright for Coventry. It's going to be a Cov throw. Over by Frank Lampard. Walton in goal for Ipswich. Furlong, Greaves. O'Shea, Kipray. Mattasey with Taylor. Eggerly, Clark, Nunez. And Ivan Azon. 0-0. Ipswich the better side in the first half. But Coventry have been a winning machine this season. So wipe the slate clean. Here we go again for another 45. Remember, Coventry in the league have a 13-point gap over Ipswich Town. So a draw is not the worst result in the world for Coventry, and they've ticked off both fixtures against Ipswich. Ipswich, let's be honest, aren't really looking at Coventry. They're looking at Middlesbrough, aren't they? If they want to climb the table into those lovely automatic promotion positions where they did indeed finish under Kieran McKenna 2 seasons ago in one of the most brilliant promotions I've seen covering the Championship back to back. That doesn't happen very often for a reason. Love me for a reason. Let the reason be love. Boyzone. Rushworth. Nice little turn there to get away from Azon. Grimes. Van Evek. It'll slide down the line. Mason Clark into the box. Mason Clark's beating his man. Puts the cross in low. It's going to be a big chance here. Oh, good block. Best chance of the game for Coventry there. Victor Torp, edge of the area. He didn't stick his foot through it like Clark did in the first half. Guided it towards the bottom corner. There's a big block in there. And Coventry come to life. It's their best chance of the game by far. They're Mason Clark. Easily past Furlong. Cliche alert. He almost had too much time, Torp, there. He had a long time to think about that. It's a good block by Greaves. Kipray gives him the high five there. And Victor Torp's manager was very good in situations like that. Hit it early. And sometimes if you hit it into the ground or bimble it or shin it, it has more chance of going in than hit it cleanly. Go and watch back some of Frank Lampard's goals. Van Evik, long throw in. All punched by Walton. Obviously a tactic. He's come with his fists for 2 of those now. Doesn't want to try and catch them. Ooh, that's an interesting one. Grimes against Clark there. Grimes has managed to get a foul out of that. Has he been clever? They jump together. Yeah, Clark, little grab of the arm. Grimes puts his arm across. Grimes is smart there. Gives the ref the decision to make. And the ref doesn't want to let that one go. Again, Ephron Mason Clark and Darnell Furlong have, off the ball, crashed into each other again. Very, very spiky. Who's going to lose their temper first out of Furlong and Mason Clark in that little battle? Rushworth, easy gather for him. Van Evik. Nice feed in. Rudoni tries soft foot turn there. Doesn't quite make it. Oh, don't lose it there. Matasi returned back into trouble. Greaves goes home. Walton's just going to have to boot that clear. Nearly got caught out there. Azor Matasiwa. Apologies if you're seeing any bad language there in the comments. We try and have them all come up on the screen, but unfortunately, some people struggle to cope in situations like that, and it's like in primary school, isn't it? They ruin it for everybody. So we'll just let the idiotic comment disappear, and hopefully we can replace it with some sensible ones. My apologies. Kipray, Greaves. Greaves beats Sakamoto. Now, Sakamoto could have got booked in the first half there, and he's just grabbed hold of Greaves' arm and pulled him down. Surely, next foul, you'd imagine. He may be seeing the yellow card. John, this is why we can't have nice things. Yeah. It's amazing how little changes in human nature from childhood through to adulthood. Ooh, it's broken in the 10 now. Hadji Wright driving forward. Hits the shot, left-footed, deflected. Good save, Walton. Coventry have woken up this half. 2 chances now for the Sky Blues. Greaves with the block from the first one. Walton from the second one. That seemed to take a bit of a deflection on the way through. Furlong launches that one clear. And definitely trying to get about Darnell Furlong, aren't they? The Coventry players. Good drive by Wright. He took it just too far left, but that deflection didn't help Walton in the slightest. Who does it hit on the way through? Hits Furlong. Yeah, it's bouncing about. It's a good save, actually, that by Christian Walton. And if you're not sure and Coventry are playing, we have a set play we're lining up for. In it goes. Right standing offside. A glancing header through, I think, from Kitching. Easy gather for Welton. Coventry much improved in the second half. Big chance for Victor Torp, wasn't it? Well blocked by Jacob Greaves. Best chance of the game for Cov, that. Right there. Took that a little bit far to his left. Deflection didn't carry it past Christian Walton. Azon trying to run Brow, but they've doubled up there in Kitchen. Just boots it in the stand. 0-0 still. But more even. Coventry have offered more from an attacking point of view. And we are going to have another long throw-in. Ipswich this time. Furlong. Both clubs right backs. The purveyors of long throws in this game. And it comes from Furlong. Shallow angle. Easy to deal with for Cov. Mad to see we're back on halfway. Thought about knocking it back in the mixer. Switches it to Jack Clark instead. Clark is going to put it in the mixer. Mason Clark stands his ground there against Dara O'Shea, who gives the polite thumbs up for when someone's tried to cross it to him and it hasn't quite worked. Mason Clark does pretty well there. He's dicing with it a little bit because he doesn't look at the ball once. But to be fair to him, he doesn't foul. Stands and holds his ground. And gets touched tight against O'Shea. Did the necessary there. 56 gone. Coventry 0. Ipswich 0. Don't know why I'm saying 0. Like that. Unhelpful. Right. Has that stupid comment gone off the top of the screen now? There we go. Woof. Taylor clips that into the channel. Azon gets the flick. Nunes chasing. No foul. We play on. Coventry have it. Van Evik, nice and narrow. He's got Sakamoto outside him. Oh, nice take by Sakamoto. Comes inside of Greaves. Sakamoto floats the cross in. Headed clear. And Coventry, really, for the first time in this game now, putting pressure on Ipswich. Watched them so many times this season just encamp themselves in the attacking half and blow teams away. But Ipswich have been the better side today. Coventry, though, coming stronger here in this second half. Right, speaking of stronger, is stronger than Egley. Does well there, actually, had you right. Makes the run back. Furlong makes the block. Throw in Coventry. Little scoop attempt there, which clear their lines. Azon hits the deck again. Taylor, Kipre, back to Walton. Goes long, looking for Azon, who does get... Oh, excuse me, it was Nunes. It's a bit of a losing battle there. The likes of Clark, Nunes, Azon, etc. going head-to-head aerially against Wolfenden and Kitching. They'll eat them alive, let's just say, in the air. There is Chuba Akpom, who I'm sure we're going to see at some point for Ivan Azon. We're coming up the hour mark. A bit early for a McKenna sub, but you never know. Wolfenden, nice carry. Kitching, good ball that. Rudoni carries it himself, charging down the right-hand side. Clark's gone with him. Oh, he's let him go there. And the cross goes in. Mason Clark arriving. And we mentioned that, didn't we, in the build-up? Jack Clark and Jacob Greaves versus Van Evik there and Sakamoto down the right. Rudoni going over and helping, and yeah, Clark there. Looked like it should have been a corner, actually. Let the cross go. Oh, they've given a corner, yeah, okay. Came off O'Shea's head second. And there's a super chat from Cara. Thank you so muchly. Jack Clark, last minute winner. We shall see. Corner goes in back stick. It's going to be another one. Rudoni was arriving there at the back post. Coventry are good at this at the CBS, aren't they? With the set plays, the throw-ins and the corners, building the pressure up. Many a team has buckled. In fact, I think 8 in a row have buckled. Rudoni headed that down. It did hit Jacob Greaves' arm there, but you're never going to get handball from that close in. Arm reasonably close to his body, so you're not going to get arm in unnatural position or deliberate. Corner goes in, cleared. A few offside there, but Furlong still chose to head it. Ooh, there's a penalty shout there. Ooh, Furlong got in a bit of a muddle. Hadji Wright hit the deck. I need to see a replay of that one. Referee's kind of saying coming together, but Furlong got caught out there badly. No, I don't think it's pen, is it? He heads it down. Wright's clever. There's the contact. And Wright hits the deck. I don't think that's contact commensurate with a foul. A bump and nothing more. Other opinions allowed? You can get them in the comments. Nunes. Oh, no foul there. Ooh, crikey. Taylor throws himself into a tackle. Furlong's gone down again in the battle with Mason Clark. And this time he has actually got the free kick. Wolfenden's right up in the referee's face. He needs to be careful. Is someone getting red carded in this game? Furlong needs to be careful. He's gone over to the fourth official. Try and watch Mason Clark here. Mason Clark does leave one on him. Little barge in the back. I don't know whether it's enough to knock Furlong over, but Furlong's certainly signalling to the ref that there's stuff going on there, and there's been stuff going on there for a good 30, 40 minutes in this game, hasn't there? Walton. 62 gone. We'll start looking at the benches and substitutes here. Well, Walton's knocked that forward. Azon running through. This time, he goes down. Let's just say, looking for a decision there, I think. Oh, careful. Oh, my God. Someone's getting red carded in this game. Taylor's going to get booked now. This is in danger of bubbling over now. Taylor absolutely just smashes into his man and takes a jolly obvious yellow card there. And you'd think the captains in this game need to get around their players and say, don't lose this game because you go down to 10 men. Taylor flying through on Van Evik there. He knew he was getting booked for that, didn't he? Free kick to Coventry then. Ipswich holding that high line again. Torp. He's going to pop it in. 3 offside at the moment, but you'd assume it's not going to any of them. Everybody moves. In goes the free kick. Oh, it's a good one, actually. They got the flick on there. Wolfenden going for the second ball. Walton does well. Not to spill that. And we go on. And as I was saying, we go to the benches very, very soon, I think. Lampard versus McKenna. And the subs benches are going to be coming into it now, aren't they? 0-0 at 64. Here's Taylor, who is now on a yellow card. And Clark has been played in, and Clark into the box, helps it to the back post. He's put just too much on it. Ooh. Well, that really opened up for Ipswich there. Channel ball. First time we've seen Ipswich go a bit more... Well, to be fair, it wasn't a channel ball. It was a give and go. It was a good bit of football. And Clark's on the sprint. If he can just soft foot that into the middle, there's two. Azon. And on the back stick was Egley as well. And it's a tap-in for either of them. But he's on the sprint there, Jack Clark. And he just leans too much into it. What are we looking at here? My God. Penalty box scene there. Ivan Azon. Both arms around Luke Wolford. And look. Pulls his shorts down. Keep your eye on that. Azon's been marking Wolfenden for all of the set plays. Although you would imagine we'll see Chuba Akpom in the next 5-10 minutes in for Ivan Azon in the number 9 slot for Ipswich Town. Slice clearance by Walton. Taylor chests down. Don't lose it there. Taylor's lost it in a bad position. Kipre gets a foot on it. Rudoni's going to keep that alive over by the corner flag. Van Evik. Rudoni, nice cross left-footed. Mason Clark back post. I thought he looked offside then. Moot point. Easy catch in the end for Walton. Taylor. Greaves, channel ball. That's come off Azon. It's going to be a Coventry throw-in, which Milan Van Evik will take. But it's in his own half. So we won't likely have to wait 60 seconds for it to happen. I jest. Van Evik. It was about 30 seconds, I reckon. Clark hooks it on and out. And the Akpom substitution is about to happen. Kieran McKenna on the iPad. Giving last instructions. Azon knows he's about to come off because he started sprinting everywhere. Ooh, nearly a big giveaway. And here is Azon into the box. Huge chance. Good save again. Rushworth. Ooh. If that is his last action. Head to head there with Carl Rushworth. He's fairly wide to the left, but still, it's a big chance. And Rushworth's excellent. It's another good save by the Coventry keeper. To be fair to Azon, it's going in the corner. Rushworth gets his angles right. Makes the save. Corner to Ipswich. Right-footed, right wing. Low one. Taylor trying to make something of it. Rudoni does well. Coventry clear their lines and it's going out for a throw. Are we ready with the Akpom sub? Not just yet. Rushworth standing up and being counted for his team again. Two really good saves by the Coventry keeper in this game. One from Jack Taylor in the first half. That one from Ivan Azon. Pretty much 1v1. Egley tries to get Azon away. Azon's got it on the right wing after a fashion. Oh, nice dribble. Forgive me. Nunes, very similar colour hair. Clark into the box. Clark pops the cross in. Azon throws himself at it. No cigar. Clark there, straight past Van Eyck. Wasn't the worst cross you'll ever see, that, was it? In fact, it's a very good cross. Akpom gets his shirt on. And this substitution that seems to be happening for about 5 minutes is finally about to... Well, might take another 5 minutes, so I won't say any more. We're 70 minutes on the clock now. Wes Burns is getting instructions, and Jens Kayuste is also ready. I think we might be about to get a triple sub from Ipswich Town, who are passing it around at the back, which gives a lot of fans the heebie-jeebies. And they've given it back to Coventry, have they? No, in the end, the ball is cleared. Azon, good hold, actually. Nice dummy by the ref. Could have got in the way of that one. Taylor carries it forward. Taylor, Greaves. Taylor. Furlong. Azon. Nunes. For God's sake. Egley. Oh, we tried a little feed into Nunes there. Couldn't quite complete the pass. Kipray in and wins that one strongly. Switch of play out to Clark, who's in the box. Clark, he's going to want it on the right foot. Clark, shot deflected and into the back of the net. Deadlock broken. Jack Clark with the goal. There's a big slice of luck. The deflection takes it looping up and over Carl Rushworth, who's been excellent in goal for Coventry. That's what's needed to happen to beat him. It's Coventry 0, Ipswich 1. Clark, deflection, goal. Get your thoughts in the comments. A big slice of luck with the goal. Maybe over the course of the game, Ipswich have deserved a goal. They've got it in a slightly fortuitous manner with the deflection, but Jack Clark on the score sheet. It's a really good bit of play by Kipray. Wins that ball. It's going to be another assist, isn't it, for Marcelino Nunes, who switches it nicely. And it's Luke Wolfenden, of all people. The ball deflecting off Wolfenden over Rushworth's head into the back of the net. Deflection FC, anybody? As Clark watches that one fly into the side net and into the corner. Coventry 0, Ipswich 1. Do we still get the substitution from Kieran McKenna? Akpom was being readied. Lampard and Edwards discussing how they're going to respond. Coventry a goal down. And they're going to respond immediately. Josh Eccles and Jamie Allen are being ready. Looks like it's going to be a double for Cov. Ipswich's players have all put their coats back on. Kayust, Akpom, Burns was being chatted to as well. They've all sat back down. I think McKenna's going to wait and see what Lampard does and then react accordingly. Switch of play there. Loose ball a bit. Furlong feeds that down the line to Egley. Egley helps that on. Nunes onside. Nunes puts it in low looking for Clark. Good cover by Jack Rudoni. Wolfenden and Burgess still love scoring for Town. Love to see. Yeah, Cameron Burgess scored 2 own goals. That will not be going down as an own goal. The shot's clearly on target, but yeah, them's the breaks. Furlong on Rudoni there. Did he go in the book for that one? I don't think he did. And that's his last act of the game. Jack Rudoni is out. So is Victor Torp. Josh Eccles and Jamie Allen in. So you'd think Allen will sit in central midfield. Eccles has been playing a bit further forward this season. He's in for Rudoni. As we come up, 75 minutes. Greaves, don't lose that there, is something I say quite often. And he's done well, actually, Greaves. He's won the throw-in. So it'll be interesting to see now. Will Kieran McKenna change his sub-plans based on what Frank Lampard has done himself? Subs were ready to go, and then Ipswich scored, and they were unreadied. Nunes. Eggerly pops that over the top. Can Azon get there first? No. Van Evik's done well, but he's overrun it. And it's going to be a throw-in for Ipswich. Azon appears to be down with cramp now. So McKenna quickly reconvenes this substitution. Where's Burns? Chuba Akpom. I think Jens Kayuste is going to be coming on as well. I think it's going to be a treble substitution for Ipswich Town. Akpom and Burns ready to go. No sign of Jens Kayuste, so maybe it's just going to be a double. Ellis Sims is readying himself in the background as well. I think he's going to come into the game for Coventry. Big poker match going on between Kieran McKenna and Frank Lampard at the moment. Coventry 0, Ipswich 1. As stoppage time accumulates. Eggerly is coming off. Where's Burns? Will go and play down the right-hand side. Azon is coming out at the top end. Chuba Akpom is going to replace him. Burns. Long time out injured. Starting to be dripped back in. Ellis Sims comes in for Hadji Wright as well. Third sub for Coventry. Second sub window utilised. Still got room to do something if needs must. Throw-in taken. We're underway again. Taylor's got it for Ipswich. That's bounced off. It's going to be a Coventry throw. Van Evik dries the ball and throws it back to his keeper. Rushworth, who has been very good, as he has been most of the season, to be honest. Coventry may be further behind in this game were it not for Carl Rushworth, but they're very much in it and they're very much on the attack. Crossed in, looking for Sakamoto. Easy gather for Christian Walton. It's the restart. Ipswich again playing it around the penalty box. Gipray in the end. Bumps it down the line. Onto Akpom. Lovely touch by Akpom. Clark. Akpom just holds his run. He's on the left wing. Akpom tries to play it back to Clark's poor ball. Doesn't put his foot through it. I think Wolfenden wanted Rushworth to come. Rushworth with some effing and jeffing says, don't blame me. You just deal with it. 7:45 kickoffs about to start in the Championship. Remember, we've got 10 games kicking off at 7:45 and Birmingham Southampton kicking off at 8:15. We'll have a hot take show for you as early as I can get it done in the morning. That might not be that early, but we try our best. With 12 rounds of football finishing in the main, the majority of them finishing at 10 p.m.-ish tonight. Doesn't leave you a massive turnaround, but what are you going to do, hey? We love it. There's one through the middle. Kipray knocks it back to Walton. Again, Mason Clark and Furlong chipping away at each other. Furlong there, right place, right time. Knocks it on to Nunez, who clips it down the line. Burns holds his run. That does enough to let Brow in, who has conceded a stupid corner. My God. Tries a couple of keepy-uppies and then bounces it off his knee. In the chat there, am I doing Brum Saints? No, I am not. We're going to finish this one and then we'll start prepping for the hot takes in the morning. In the morning. Who sung that? Razorlight. Remember Razorlight? My God. Corner. Ipswich. Under 10 to go. Coventry 0. Ipswich 1. In it comes, right-footed, headed goalwards by O'Shea. I say headed goalwards. I don't think it would have actually reached the goal. There was so little power on it. Or reached the goal line, rather. Oh, Van Evik's done really well to keep that in and step inside Matasiwa and knock it inside. Decent interception, though. And this is getting basketball-y now because Jack Clark is powering down the left wing. And he's in the box. He's sent Grimes for a hot dog. Nice ball. Nunez, man over. Shot low! And Wes Burns makes it 2-0. Back in from injury. Off the bench. Huge goal by Burns. Drills it in. Right-footed low. Coventry 0. Ipswich 2. That might just be it. Great sub by Kieran McKenna. Burns gets the second. Ipswich 2 goals up. Get your thoughts in the comments. Burns is back. And he takes that one really well. Right-footed. I think Nunez might have got the assist for that as well. It's a good counter-attack, isn't it? It's excellent from Clark. There's a point in this where you think Grimes has got him. He stands him up. Whoop! One little sidestep there from Clark is brilliant. Touched by Nunez. Lays it into Burns' path. Easy finish. Low into the corner. Did they give Nunez the assist for the fact there's a deflection on that as well? Crikey. Deflection FC are back. Just drifts into the corner. I don't think it made that much difference. Kieran McKenna really pleased with that one. Frank Lampard sinks into his seat. They did give Nunez the assist for the first goal. So double assist for Marcelino Nunez in this game. Coventry 0. Ipswich 2. Wes Burns back off the bench and back in the goals. Fouled by Sims on Kipray. Kipray's holding the back of his head. Gives the referee a pained look. And as things stand, it is going to be a double for Ipswich over Coventry. Victory back in early December. 2 up in this one. By the way, Coventry's season's going. Never say never. Restart. Christian Welton. It's going to be a restart around the centre circle. Feed down the line. Looked like Greaves fouled Sakamoto there. It's either going to be a throw-in or a free kick there. I can't quite see what the ref has given. Either way, it's going in the box. Milan van Evik doing the ritual. Jaden Philogene and Jens Kayuste are going to come into the game. Kayuste was going to come on at 0-0. Remember, there was a triple sub lined up before Jack Clark scored the opener. Long throw-in goes in, headed goalwards after a bounce. It's going to go out of play. And I'd imagine we go to the substitutes bench now. Jack Clark is coming out, in from the start, and on the score sheet, albeit big deflection on Clark's goal to open the scoring. Felt like that was the only way Ipswich were getting past Rushworth today, who'd been in fine form with good saves from Jack Clark. No, Clark whipped one past the post, didn't he, from Jack Taylor in the first half. And Ivan Azon in the second half. Jack Taylor is coming out. He's also a red card risk. He's on a yellow. Kayuste replaces him in central midfield. Jaden Philogene will go and play down the left-hand side. And we are off and running again. Mason Clark lifts that over the top. All Kipray's got caught. Has he? Sakamoto tries to force it in. Welton out and makes the block. Slide down the line. Mason Clark. Grimes. Furlong leaves one on Mason Clark. And finally, one of those two is going in the book. That's been going on and 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 on. Furlong blinks first, but he's waited until the 87th minute. Set play for Coventry. And it comes left-footed from Grimes. Wolfenden arriving on the back post. Greaves throws himself at it. Heads it out. Corner. Coventry, who could make for an interesting ending if they score now. Grimes, corner left-footed. Shoving the back by Kitching on Greaves. No foul given, but the ball just sails over their heads. And out for a goal kick. We have 1 minute of the 90 remaining. We go to probably 5 or 6 minutes of stoppage time. Guys, thank you so much for your support today. I know this one's not over yet, but before you leave us and I leave you, do hit that thumbs up button. Whether you're watching on Twitter, on YouTube, on Facebook, support the channel. We'll be back with the hot takes tomorrow morning. Sam Parkin will be back with the predictions. Will we be giving a public apology to Ipswich Town? Because both Sam and I predicted Coventry would win this game. And right now, that ain't going to happen. Here comes Akpom down the left. Philogene running on the inside. Good ball, Akpom. Philogene into the box. Pops the cross in. Blocked. Corner. Ipswich. Ben, does everyone want the team in top to lose? Or is it just everyone hates Coventry? I'll ask you, wide tracker, are you English? If you're not English, you may not understand tall poppy syndrome exists very largely in England. And if anybody does anything good, everybody wants to pull them down. So that's all that's happening. No one particularly dislikes Coventry, I don't think. Corner, Ipswich, 6 minutes stoppage time. Nunes, who is on a double assist, pops it in. Oh, it's gone loose. Kipre blocked. He scored a couple from set plays, including one in the East Anglian derby against Norwich City. That one was well blocked. Could have put the icing on the cake. The 7:45s are kicked off, by the way. You can have a goal. Leicester 1, Derby 0 from King Power. Jack Clark has won man of the match by the looks of it. And we have a set play for Coventry. Coventry undefeated at home this season. They need 2 goals in stoppage time to keep that record up. In comes the set play, headed away. And then hooked on. And Ipswich can clear their lines and push out. I think Van Everk's going to pump it straight back in. It's headed on. Oh, Sims misses his kick. And here is a counter for Ipswich. And Philogene, can he stay on side? That is crazy bad from Akpom and Philogene. Oh, Ipswich should now be through on goal. Going 3-0 up. Hopeless from Akpom and Philogene there. Should have worked that, shouldn't they? Philogene went. Akpom didn't play it. Philogene stopped. Akpom played it. Philogene was still offside. Dear oh me. Luton 1, Leyton Orient 0. Down the road from me in League One. Keep your eyes on the 7:45s. We'll be back with the hot takes in the morning. We are doing League One predictions with Matt SB tomorrow as well. So plenty to discuss across plenty of platforms. Wolfenden, Grimes, Allen, Wolfenden goes back home. 3 minutes of remaining stoppage time. Barnsley 0, Lincoln 1. Goals flying in the 7:45s in the EFL. Enjoy it tonight. Greaves boots that into the stands. 2.5 minutes minimum stoppage time to go. Cam Humphreys is going to come in for Marcelino Nunes. So Humphreys will just go and run around in central midfield, I would have thought. Leicester 1, Derby 1. 2 goals in the Championship in the 745s, both at the King Power. Milan van Evik is going to sling the ball into the box with a long throw. Goes loose. Allen. Humphreys doing what he's been brought on to do. Run around, make tackles. And we are going to wait for yet another long throw in. Van Evik's appeared over on the left wing now. He's going to hurl this one in. In comes the throw in. Clever one actually goes in low. Is that going to break? No. Just not had the bounce tonight, Coventry, have they? Ball cleared into the Coventry half. Grimes knocks it back to Rushworth. Good feet there from Rushworth with Cam Humphreys sprinting down at him as the freshest Ipswich player. Blackpool 1, Rotherham 0 in League 1. O'Shea trying to buy a foul there off Sakamoto. Throwing for Coventry, and after 3, everybody, here comes Milan van Evik. Long throw in, incoming. Got 15 seconds of minimum stoppage time to go. Weird one from Van Evik there. Bounces. Volley comes in from Grimes. Help back in. Flick header. Walton gathers. Hits the deck. And Kieran McKenna knows that is probably that. 96 minutes up. Minimum stoppage time over. Walton kicks long. And we await the final whistle. Akpom gets the flick. It's through to Rushworth. This is the last phase of play of this game. Long ball in, headed out by Greaves. It's broken in central midfield. And there is the final whistle. And Ipswich haven't been great this season. That might be their best performance of the season. A really good win for Ipswich Town at runaway league leaders and, in all honesty, champions-elect Coventry. Ipswich pushed really hard in the first half. Could have really gone in 1-0 up at half-time. Jack Clark flashes one past the post. Great save. By the way, Middlesbrough 0, Hull 1 has just happened as we speak. Great save from Carl Rushworth from Jack Taylor. Tips it onto the woodwork. Second half, Coventry came stronger at the start of the second period. Torp has a good chance. Good block. From Jacob Greaves down there with his left foot. But Ipswich pushed and pushed. Got a bit lucky with the opening goal. In isolation, Clark's shot deflected in. But over the course of those first 72 minutes, Ipswich very much had deserved a goal. And then they managed to grab the second as well. Wes Burns off the bench. Nunez gets both assists in the end, and he sticks it in low with his right foot. And yeah, really strong performance from Ipswich. Other than the long throw-ins and that Torp chance, Coventry created precious little, didn't they? 40% possession to 60 in Ipswich's favour. 0.68 to 1.17 on the XG. Ipswich 18 shots to 11, 7 to 4 on target. And I think, it's impossible for me to talk about Ipswich being an Ipswich Town fan because people just take whatever I say and say it's biased. So whatever I say, I can't win. But if that were not my team, I would say that was a deserved win and a strong performance, especially given how good Coventry have been this season. And Ipswich move, well, they're 10 points ahead, Coventry. So there really is no way a side of Coventry's quality should give up 10 points over the remaining 22 games to Ipswich. It would take a big collapse. But what is fascinating especially given we know that Middlesbrough are already a goal down to Hull. That could obviously change. Is Ipswich will be looking at second position and at Middlesbrough. And will they be looking at it as a springboard now? We thought there'd been springboards for Ipswich during the season. Maybe the 5-0 against Sheffield United. Maybe the win against Norwich. Maybe the back-to-back away wins, both 4-1 at Swansea and QPR. But then Ipswich have just not kept going thereafter. So we will see whether we can trust Ipswich to keep this going yet. But it's a great win. Oxford 0, Swansea 1 is a thoroughly interesting scoreline developing. Speaking of scorelines developing, 10 games going on right now in EFL Championship in the 7:45 kickoffs. And we've got Birmingham Saints kicking off at 8:15 in about a quarter of an hour. We are going to be talking about all of this on the Hot Takes tomorrow. Join me for that. I want to say a huge thank you, everybody, for joining me today. A mega thank you to our super chatters there, Steve and Kelly and Ben and Gaffer and Cara. Thank you. We got the super chat target nice and early. We'll be back for Hot Takes tomorrow. Then predictions the following day, including, spoiler alert, there will be a public apology to Ipswich Town after Sam Parkin and I both predicted a Coventry win in this game tonight. So I will bid you all farewell. I'll see you tomorrow for the Hot Takes. Get involved in that. Like this stream before you go. Hit subscribe if you haven't already. And also, please, huge thank you to Betfred. Go and subscribe to Sportsman Untitled. And final one, I promise, Benjamin Bloom Clips channel. Get involved over there. Producer Jake does a magnificent job, doesn't he? Thank you, everybody. If you say nice things, I'm going to pop them up on the screen during the outro. And enjoy the rest of your evening. I'll take my impartial hat off. I'm going to enjoy mine. A great win for Ipswich Town. Coventry 0, Ipswich 2. Over. And